there'll be a round marker on a metal stake, and you put flags in those little markers. So look around, they're really easy to miss, even when we do it. And sometimes you'll find somebody that's never had a marker, or this guy was in the army,
Should they take different parts of the cemetery?
We're going to do one second.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
We're going to spread out.
All right, good.
yeah. Sort of like a line up along here. If we do this section, and
Okay.
this is a
Here's your first bundle here, Sid.
When we all get flags, we'll line up, so we'll walk down through, and that way there we won't miss it.
And remember, we're going to treat these flags with just as much respect as we would a big flag that we're putting up on a flagpole. So.
You might just possibly find a marker that actually has the stub of the flag that was in the last year and it's broken off. And if you find one of those,
And so they were just asking, does the flag just go right next to that marker?
It goes right into the marker.
Or right into the marker?
If you look at the back of the,
Okay.
if you look at the back of the marker, there's two little things that stick out and there's a hole in the middle. You just set it right down inside that hole.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. They're pretty good size, actually. All right, guys, let's. Okay.
Okay, line right up to the end here.
Nice day for this, huh?
Oh, couldn't be better. betcha.
Oh, you got some here?
Thanks, Marge. I have more flags here.
The male? What? There's a lot over there.
Hey, Rex.
There's all this little organized mostly down there on this, and this is quite a few. But yeah, World War II and World War One and two. Right.
Yeah, you guys are close by, right?
Yeah.
The BMW does the other one.
Yeah.
You know, you do half figure.
Yeah.
Purple Heart and Bronze Star, I think. No, I don't know that child. But I used to know almost everybody married down here because
Yeah.
I used to be down with a 93-year-old lady who lost her husband, married down here.
Yep.
We used to sit in lawn chairs and she'd tell me about it. She knew everybody. Her mother and father were homemakers.
Ones that were damaged. I wonder if they fixed them. Well, I was here last year and there were all kinds tipped over.
Well, if you and I can't fold it in 15 minutes, we're in trouble.
So 8th graders, I
Mr.
know.
Herb Meyer is our sergeant at arms in our organization. He also is in charge of our honor guard. Whenever there's a funeral, the troops together to meet to do the funeral at the cemeteries for the veterans. We also worked together years ago as police officers, and he retired as chief of police in Vernon in 1991. We've known each other a long time.
I used to work on that.
So 8th graders, I know you kind of got this informal lesson from the 8th graders last year, but this is a good refresher. And then 7th graders, this is going to be one of your jobs next year, is to take the flags and put them up and put them down and make sure they're folded correctly. So pay really close attention, and it's good that we're getting to do this.
This is a standard burial flag. Also a standard size ship flag, which is right at 70.
See how we start that flag at the bottom, about 2 inches or so up? Then we fold it in a triangle.
Realize it's not working. All right?
What's that?
You realize if it's not working, you get halfway. I'm usually holding the flag, and if I see it's not working, I can stand re-fold the flag. Pull it out, start over.
While we're doing this, just about everybody attending that funeral service and that burial rite is watching. So sometimes we get a little nervous. We like to
Sometimes
think
the gentleman that was folding it with me a couple of years ago, we were around one of these stones, and there was a rose bush wrapped around the main family stone. And when he reached the flag out, it just tore down his forearm.
Oh.
So there he is, actually trying not to bleed on the flag. Take the last one and fold it in a triangle. Tuck it in pretty nice.
How solid that is. It won't fall apart. I was thinking that.
I have to say that if you see pictures, you see the 3 stars showing. And I wondered why I couldn't think of the 3 stars showing. So a couple of years ago, a guy called me and said his uncle died, and in going through his possessions, he had found a flag. It was probably the burial flag for his uncle, and it wasn't folded. And he wanted us to fold it. So we went over to his house and folded it. This was a World War II veteran who was in the prisoner of war, died in the hospital in Paris. And I had 3 stars. 48-star flag. Only 48-star flag. So that's why the flag
no matter how many times we do this, it's a very solemn, respectful rite that we're performing. And it's a great honor for us as Legionnaires, veterans, to serve our fellow veterans in doing this. for them at the time of their death. So every veteran that serves their country has the right to have a formal military service at the time of their death. Presenting the flag to the next of kin, the officer presenting the flag will say to the next of kin, on behalf of a grateful nation and the President of the United States, Barack Obama, we're presenting you today this flag of the United States of America, the flag that your son or husband served under during the World War II or whatever. We want to thank you for your service. God bless you, and God bless America. Then we come to attention after we present the flag, and we salute the next of kin to the flag. And then we walk away, march away from the service. Okay?
Thank you very much for your help, and I thank you for getting the Jewish Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this and for the flag holding lesson. Thank you. So we'll take some practice. We'll do some practice, and I think there are flags here.
Hello, my name is Sherwood Lake. I'm a long-time member of Brattleboro Post 5 of the American Legion and a veteran of the Korean War era. We're here today at the Locust Ridge Cemetery, located off the Black Mountain Road in Brattleboro, where Post 5 owns a large section of the front part of Locust Ridge Cemetery. In 1919, after the First World War ended, the American Legion was formed by a group of war veterans in Paris, France. Brattleboro Post number 5 of the American Legion was organized by local veterans and chartered by the National Organization in 1920. During the next 10 years, members of Post 5 saw several World War I veterans pass away, many due to war injuries. Many of these veterans had long suffered from their injuries, and there were those who had been exposed to mustard gas, which was used quite extensively by the German army during the war and was very debilitating. Many of the veterans had no income, no insurance, none of the financial assistance we have today, and in fact were destitute. Then in 1929 came the Great Depression, making matters even worse. These veterans who had served their country had sacrificed their health, lives, were buried in what was then known as paupers' graves, unmarked locations in sections of cemeteries which the towns reserved for the poor and the Indian. As far as the State Veterans Cemetery, Vermont did not have one until long after World War II, Korea, and even Vietnam. The members of Post 5 decided that a pauper's grave was not an appropriate final resting place for the veterans who had given all. On February 4th, 1930, the original two lots, number 303 and 304, were purchased by Post 5 of the American Legion and deeded to the trustees of the American Legion by the Locust Ridge Cemetery Association. After several months of planning and preparation, this section of the cemetery was dedicated by the American Legion on Armistice Day, November 11th, 1930. The original dedication ceremony proclaimed that today there has been a dedication in Locust Ridge Cemetery in Brattleboro, Vermont, plot of ground in which the body of any honorably discharged veteran of the World War who dies without funds or whose family or friends cannot provide for his interment may be buried without expense for the grave. The purpose of this action is to prevent the body of any serviceman of the Great War, either neighbor or stranger, being buried in a so-called town lot or proper cemetery, and to provide a fitting soldier's grave in a lot reserved for that purpose, under the flag for which the veteran fought. As you can see, over the years, there are many veterans, 71 to be exact. Many stories could be told from several wars, who now rest for eternity in a fitting soldier's grave in this American Legion Soldier Cemetery under the flag which they served. To exemplify the statement in the dedication, either friend or stranger, there is one incident which occurred in 2007, which perfectly fits the statement. A man rented an apartment in Brattleboro for a short period of time. For whatever reason, he abandoned the apartment, leaving behind most of his possessions, among which was an urn containing his father's cremated remains, a veteran's burial flag and case, and several medals that the father had earned during the service. The landlord did not know what to do with the remains, so he called the police, who in turn, after investigation, turned him over to Police Number 5. Research found that the father was a resident of Texas, where he had died, was cremated, service held, and the remains turned over to the son. Since the son had abandoned everything and his whereabouts were unknown, there appeared to be no one to claim the remains. Post 5 decided that it would be fitting to inter the remains in our soldier sections here at Locust Ridge. On a cloudy, cold, overcast day, October 31st, 2007, the full military committal service, complete with chaplain service, firing detail, and bugler sounding taps, was held. And the veteran, unknown to us, although we did know his name from records, was finally given a final resting place, befitting his military service, in a marked grave with a headstone contained by Post 5 Veterans Administration under the flag under which he served. Since the original purchase of the two lots in 1930, Post Number 5 has purchased several more and now owns all of the lots in the front section going all the way back to the fence line. So no veteran in the foreseeable future will rest in an unmarked pauper's grave.
Huh.